My writing life before 12 by 12 was a disaster. I really didn't have a routine. I didn't know what I was doing, if I'm going to be completely honest. I had no idea what I was doing. I was so new to the kid lit world and I didn't have a process. And I would watch these interviews with all these fabulous, famous authors, and they would talk about how they got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and they would write for 4 hours and every day. And I'm just not that person. And so what I really appreciated about 12 by 12 was that the community helped me to figure out like what my process needed to be and that my unique process was okay no matter what it is. And there's some days that I write and there's some days I don't. And some days it's 20 minutes of writing, sometimes it's 4 hours of writing. But 12 by 12 really helped me to understand that what was right for me, there was no wrong answer of how you want to be a writer, except not writing. Since becoming a member, I have gained so much knowledge. First of all, writing craft. I did not realize how much I lacked in writing craft until I joined 12 by 12. And I learned so much because the way that 12 by 12 is set up, it's only helping you be successful. So no matter what level you're coming in, you're going to get some kind of knowledge. You're going to get some kind of support. You're going to find community. You're going to have all of these things that you might not have before coming into 12 by 12. And I found all of those things. I found out how to write a query letter. I had zero idea how to write a query letter. And the community has a specific section of talking about writing a query letter and what you need to do. And they made it so easy and so simple. And not only that, there were people there to read and critique my query letter once I had actually attempted to write one. I just became a better writer because of 12 by 12. And I became a better, I like to say, I hope that I became a better resource for other writers. I hope that I became a better community member through 12 by 12, being able to support other people. And I would say too, that by reading other people's work, other people's manuscripts also helped me to become a better writer as well, and a better critique partner. And so I would say that hands down, what I have gained from 12 by 12 is just becoming a better writer at craft, a better community member, and just having a really fun time. It's keeping it fun. And that's really hard because writing is solitary. The rejection is real. You have to have a thick skin. And it's just really nice to have people around you who, even if you don't know them in real life, but you know them on the internet or on the 12 by 12 platform, just having that support system, it just is so fantastic. It's so wonderful. And it's hard to find. It's really hard to find. 12 by 12 has been part of all of my successes, I would say. This is going to be a really hard question to answer because it's hard for me to talk about myself. But I had a previous book that I had self-published, and I look back on it and I'm still proud of it, but I was like, ooh, there's some things that I could have done differently now that I've gone through 12 by 12 and I've had some publishing successes. But one of my first manuscripts that I posted on 12 by 12 for review became my first traditionally published book. And that was Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner. And I still, even to this day, remember the wonderful notes that I received from people. I know that from those critiques, I made it a stronger story. That was my first year at 12 by 12. And to see that result come out of it, it's almost like that it works. You don't know if it works, but to me, I would say I tell everybody who comes to me or who has reached out to me to ask about my publishing journey or author advice. If they are new to publishing and they're new to picture book writing, I tell them 12 by 12 is the first thing that you should do. There's all these other organizations and there's other clubs and groups and foundations that we love so much. But for me, I think if you're just starting out and you don't know what you're doing or where to go or how to find critique partners, all of that, a sense of community, I tell everybody 12 by 12, start there because you're going to find all of those things. And then through those relationships that you have, you will find the right path for you. You know, who you are as a writer, who you are as a person. Why do you really want to be a part of the children's lit community? And just trust that however that shows up for you is how it's supposed to show up for you. And that the process is your unique process and it's okay. And even if it takes 1 year, if it takes 10 years, it's going to happen as long as you keep going. It's just finding the right path for you. So I would say that's how I found my success through 12 by 12 was finding my own path. And I would also like to say that another thing that I loved about 12 by 12 was The diversity was really hard for me to find when I first started out, and finding a diverse platform with a diverse group of people. But not only that, I am going to give a shout out to Julie Hedlund, because she has made sure to spearhead that diversity and safe spaces are important to the 12 by 12 program. And I've seen her champion diversity. I've also seen her deal with people that aren't respectful, and she's handled it swiftly and quickly. And that really means a lot to people of color, Black authors of myself, to know that somebody's championing you and watching out for you, because it is hard to be in a community that's not as diverse as you wish or hoped it could be. And finding those safe spaces is really important to authors of color. So I highly recommend it also to BIPOC authors. That's a good space for us to be in and find each other and to find support.